Hello and welcome. I hope you're safe and well. Today's exciting episode is a fabric haul. It started out as just navy fabrics, but it's a lot.
It's perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Perfect jacket.
So last collections video you saw was me doing the black and white jackets, and I had a whole bunch of black and white tweeds as well. And then I also had these leftover ones. So this is it. I got to this footage first, so we'll have a look at this one. And it's just tweeds and other fabrics I'm going to make jackets out of. So this is a Linton tweed, and we're going to look through them because they're all gorgeous and I haven't got around to them yet. So hopefully this will give us all the inspiration to finally take out the beautiful fabric and make garments with it. This is a Linton tweed from Linton Tweeds in the UK. And it's just the most beautiful colours. I've got a Chanel tweed in similar colours. And when I saw it, I was like, oh, it reminds me of that Chanel tweed jacket I made. And so, yeah, I bought it. But that was years ago. I still haven't made it up into a Chanel style or a French jacket using Vogue 7975 or that discontinued McCall's pattern. I think it's McCall's 6041. But if you don't know how to redraft, don't search eBay for it because it's got a few drafting mistakes that you have to fix before you can use it. I do have a video on it. Look up the number and it will show you. Next we have a synthetic fabric, so it's sort of a crepe fabric, and I just like the pink. It's a sort of mauvey pink, like it's got the smallest tiniest touch of blue in the pink, and it's really pretty. And then it had this gold foil over the top of it, and I'm going to turn it into a jacket, or maybe two tiny little bolero jackets, and I'll bead each one differently, like I did with the two watermelon jackets and the two silver ones. Okay, magic rack of fabric. What do we have next? Oh, it's a cotton lawn, and I originally bought this to make a vintage shirt with it. So one open neck shirt from the 1940s, the pattern is. It's a reissue, and I still like that idea, but I like the idea of making two little jackets better and beading like one in the mauves and purples, because I love amethyst, so but I don't really like purple. So I think I'll use my amethyst beads, so that clear stone looking or gem looking purple bead, mauvey purple beads. I love those ones, but I don't like the actual purple, solid opaque purple beads. So maybe I'll do one in purples and one in khaki olives. Anyway, next fabric is a tweed, and I bought this because it reminded me of licorice all sorts, and they're like layers of licorice, layers of icing. It sounds ridiculous, it sounds disgusting, but like when I was a kid, they were just really, really fashionable candy. Anyway, it reminded me of that, and then I bought it, and I still haven't made it up into a jacket. I can't decide whether the beading will be on the gold lines, or it will be in the pink blocks. So I'll have to make up the jacket and then decide. It's going to be a French style or Chanel style jacket. This is a Liberty print, and it's just a really historic motif. So it's flowers, it's in gold, blues, navy, and reds on a corally red on a cream base. And yeah, I originally bought it to make a shirt or a small summer dress. And I don't know, but like if I, again, made it up into a couple of different jackets and beaded them in completely different ways, like one had red beads and one had gold beads, they would look completely different. So these are leftovers from my Egyptian tweed jacket that's gold and covered in gold beads and sequins. Well, these are the leftover sequins from that. So I just thought it would be amazing. So I'm not sure. I mean, it's not like I have a shortage of fabrics to make jackets out of. And this is a metallic foil. So if you've seen the Barbie jacket, the hot pink one with covered in hot pink flowers and dripping down with beads, well, that had a hot pink metallic base. And this is a red metallic base. And I'm thinking of redoing the Barbie jacket because the beading isn't spectacular. It's good, but it could be better. So I'm thinking of redoing it on a red base, maybe. I'm not sure. This fabric is fashion width, so it's quite wide. And I bought it because the picture, I bought it online and the picture made it look like it was bits of watermelon, and it's not, but that's the impression that I got when I looked at the picture, and it's got like rock and roll and all these stupid words on there. So yeah, now I don't know what to do. I can just bead over the words, obviously, and make it look like big sort of abstracted chunks of watermelon covering the whole jacket, which is what I think I'll do. So I could make a small dress with a matching bolero and just bead the bolero. So I think that's what I'll do with that one. This one is a Liberty print, and originally I bought it again to make either a shirt, which takes just about 2 meters or just over 2 yards. And yeah, so I was either going to make a shirt or a small dress and a simple dress. But I don't know. I really want to make 2 jackets out of it instead, because I just love having a jacket and being able to do a couple of different versions of beading on it to see what all the possibilities are. The least favourite things on this are the light blue flowers. Love the big, fat, pale pink roses and the red and yellow tulips and the dark blue flowers. So even if I made 2 tiny jackets and 1 regular size jackets, then I could bead them in 3 different ways. This is a 1940s jacket. I think 1940s print. It's a cotton lawn, so it's quite light. And I think I made one of those reversible vintage jackets. One side is this fabric, and I really like it. It's 1940s, 1980s looking, and it's not my usual colours, but that's what's sort of making me think it would be interesting to work with. They just use like pale blue and that dark red together. It's just an interesting combo. So it's in the jackets, but I mean, I could just use it on a layer cake dress. We'll see. This one here it was absolutely gorgeous when I bought it. It's navy and stark white on a flannel, but then I pre-washed it and it's gone all, like the dye has run, and I was like, oh, what am I going to do with this now? But actually I sort of hung it up and I like it now. So I think what I'll do is make a jacket out of it, but I will put tulle over the top of it, and that way it will sort of look shadowy and blurry, and it will sort of blur out the fact that the dye has run, because I still really love the tulips and leaves. It's beautiful. So yes, and I'll probably bead it with blacks and really dark blue beads, like midnight blue. This is another vintage floral, sensing a theme here. I do love those historical and floral motifs and vintage florals. They're so pretty. I used some of this in a dress and some of it to do the second side of a jacket, like a reversible jacket mock-up. But I've still got more, so I might make a couple of boleros out of it and bead 1 in pinks and 1 in pale blues. I used most of this fabric to make this kimono style jacket here, but I have to do twice as much beading on that, which who knows if I'll ever get around to that. But I've got enough to do a matching handbag. So yes, here we go. It's a tweed fabric that I'm not going to use to make another jacket. I mean, there's probably enough to make a tiny bolero and bead it differently to the kimono jackets. That would be interesting. So perhaps this one. So the base of this fabric is actually navy. I feel like it looks black on screen, but in person it's navy, and it's so lovely. It's indigo, purple, navy, and blue and green. So again, I think I'm going to do 2 tiny jackets and short sleeve, just bolero ones, and going to do 1 with green beads sort of hanging off it like a vertical garden, because if you add green beads to this, it just makes the green so much more intense. And I've got these little leaves, so I might do strings of beads with, instead of having a flower at the end or one of those chandelier teardrop beads, I might have a leaf at the bottom. I think that would be darling. And then the other one, Probably navy beads. I'm not really a fan of purple. It's nothing wrong with it. I just prefer other colours all the time. So yeah, I'll probably do the other one in navy, like midnight blue and navy beads. Again, chandelier beads or dripping down beads, because it'd be such a small jacket. It'll need the bigger beads to weigh it down. This is a decorator fabric, so if you go to the furnishings part of a large fabric store or a homemaker store, they have some gorgeous velvets, and I actually have that one in two colorways. It's a lighter blue and then that midnight navy blue, and I'm going to make a jacket out of it and then bead it. It's really hard to work with decorator fabrics because they're so robust, but it also means that they hold the beads really well. My Kandinsky jacket is a decorator fabric and I love that one. This is a European designer fabric, way at the other end of the extreme of fabrics. And so they made a embroidered lace and then they stuck extra embroidered bits on the top. So it's really beautiful and I haven't cut into it yet, but I will eventually. This is a vintage quilting cotton in, it's like bits of bamboo, and a few years ago I bought 3 yards and I made that vintage Vogue dress from 1939 in it, and then I had a chance to buy 1 more yard, so I bought a yard and I'm going to make a matching jacket for the dress. Oh, I ended up making it with puffy sleeves, so I couldn't wear them two together. But I still like the idea of having 2 things made out of that. This, I bought 2 yards of this quite a while ago now, and it's lemon print, but it's olive, and I just love it. It's I think I just watched Romy and Michelle's high school reunion before I saw that fabric, and there's this really sour character, and they make her wear a lemon print dress at the end. It's really nice, bright lemon print dress, like it's white with the traditional lemon print fabric for a summer dress. And then I saw that and it's all this bitter, twisted, dark lemon print, and I was like, oh, that one would suit her more. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to make it maybe a dress with a really small summer dress with a really tiny matching bolero and bead the bolero. And then that's same with that fabric. I've got 3 yards of it, so I'm going to make a tiny jacket with a matching dress. I like it because it's got the hot pink, like candy pink, yellow and blue and navy in there and green. I like the color combination, so I thought it would be an interesting challenge to work with, which is why I only ever buy it. It has to be either beautiful a fabric or interesting, a creative challenge. Anyway, that is it. I have got a lot of fabrics, so I should actually go and make some things. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you've been inspired to rummage through your fabric stash and actually make up those gorgeous fabrics. You can't wear them until you've made them. So yes, let's get motivated, everyone. Okay. Thanks again for watching and happy sewing.